tanks. Today we're in Strv in the M42, which I've been playing for the last week, and it's been good. Not all games have been good, but it's not a bad little tank. Once you've got it blinged out and you've got a decent crew in it. I've got a female crew in here for some reason. I don't remember putting a female crew in here somehow, but that's what I've ended up with, so I must have done it at some point, and then it tends to happen. I tend to do have a plan for a tank, and then you start playing another tank, and then when you come back to it, you've totally forgotten what it was the plan was, because you didn't write it down. So we are on, where are we on? We're on Arctic region. I was going to go down to E5. I think that's what I put up in, it's not actually D5, but way too many going down there. The AMX is going down in a Scout. I was hoping to get down there because I've got 15 degrees of underpressant, so you can get on the ridge of that little valley quite nicely and just poke your head up. But there's a BDR gone down there, a T-34 overlooking, and I think there's another medium tank down there as well. So I decided against that, and I'm going to go with the Excelsior and the little T-50. We're going over to the north end of the map. We know there's a Leopard over here. There's an OI Experience and a Churchill 1. And is there anything? There's probably going to be a couple of mediums as well. Mind you, they've got their Strv M42 is down south, so maybe not. Maybe that's all we're going to get. No, we're going to get an SU as well. So I don't really want to push too far. I'm going to use the terrain as much as I can. We've got 15 degrees of gun depression, like I said, so we can get a good sort of poke our turret over the top of the little mounds and just show as least as possible, because we haven't got a great deal of armor. We've got 55 at the front, 30 at the sides, 20 at the rear, and that's exactly the same for the turret. 55 at the front, 30 at the sides, 20 at the rear. And the turret turns at around about 43 degrees a second, and you can turn the tank at 49 degrees a second, so it's fairly mobile. It does about 45 kilometers an hour and 20 in reverse. Reloads just under 6 seconds. I think it shows up at 5.79 seconds, and the reload is just over 2 seconds at 2.6. So you're fairly good at poking. It's not too bad. The penetration on the gun isn't that great. It's 115 for AP. It goes up to 144 if you're going to use premium, and HE is a mere 38. You do around about 150 average damage, and it goes up to 185 if you can get your HE to penetrate. You'll see the likes of Hellcats and not RHMs, but you will see Emils. In fact, I saw an Emil this week. I was called out in game by an Emil driver, Nanhammer, I think his name was. It was Nanhammer. It was a great name. And he asked me where to put his tank, and I was taken aback, to be perfectly honest. I wasn't 100% sure whether he'd recognised me from YouTube, even though YouTube wasn't mentioned. So then I started to think, oh, maybe he's got XVM, and you can see I've done a fair few games, and he just wanted a little bit of advice. I don't know, but either way I was taken aback. So by the time I started to chat, I put the tank in gear, started to put an answering chat, but it'd already moved, but the game had already started by this point. And then AMX-12T popped over the ridge and pretty much obliterated me, so I quickly deleted what I had in the chat, and I'm not a fast typer, and I'd written a fair amount in there. By the time I deleted it all, I should have probably just pressed enter, but it wouldn't have made a lot of sense. I think I got one shot off and died, so sorry, Nanhammer, for that. That was a big fail on my part, and then I died. I think I was the first tank to die in that game. It was very embarrassing, but you know, it happens. Right, so let's get rid of the AMX. I'm not quite sure what his plan was. So we're helping the Excelsior. We're pretty much, apart from the T-50, but he's taking care of the Leopard, hopefully. We're going to try and keep these things off the Excelsior. A little tier 5 tank. Not got great penetration itself, but it's got a good rate of fire. But he hasn't got a lot of alpha damage. He's going to be doing about the same as me, about 115, 120, something like that. And the experimental is probably going to be firing his derp cannon. But it is slow enough that if we're in zoom, and we should be able to see where it comes. So I put a shot in. We can penetrate the OI. It's the premium, isn't it? I think it's the softer out of all those tier vehicles. That was a negligent shot. I'm not sure quite why I fired that. I wasn't aiming at anything. You can see that if you watch carefully, you'll get another chance to see that in a minute. From this guy, there we go. they're firing HE, so the rounds fire a little slower, so you can track them. It's possible to, if you're far enough away, to get out of the... There he comes again. This one though, don't see it until it's too late because it's directly coming at me, and it's yeah. So, but it didn't do a great deal of damage. It did 134 according to the bit at the side. Don't really want to be hanging around here quite so much. I'm going to get obliterated, and these trees really do slow you down. So we're going to drop down and just try and get in as close as we can, so we can again. And he missed. He probably didn't aim that shot in. The PZ's fallen. That's handy, so we can move around, and we're just going to go straight round onto the experience, the OI if we can, providing there's nothing between us and him. Looking fairly clear. I'm going to be spotted though, so I need to dispatch this guy quick. A nice shot into his rear. Nearly 6-second reloads. Really seems to take a... I managed to get the shot off just before he got around the corner. We got hit by a little Swedish TD, but he tracked us. We've got 300 approximately. Yes, that would have put us down to 16 health points, hit points. Had he done that damage, so we was fairly lucky on that. And remember, we only got 55 armour, but if he's firing HE, chances are he doesn't penetrate even that. It's probably going to be similar to ours, and our penetration on is only 38, so we had a good chance of... he's using the boomstick on that thing, isn't it? I think it's got a 10-second reload, and it takes an age to load, to aim in. As that missed by quite a way, we should be able to get the next shot in long before he's got his aimed and reloaded. Yeah, we did. So we ended up with a class 1, 5 for effect and fighter, I believe, and inside the top 3, so that's always good. So we fired 15, hit 12, penetrated 12 for about 1400 damage. We got hit twice, one of those penetrated, and we blocked a potential 300 hit points of damage.